So we'll discuss the week 2 sample questions today. But I realized that uh, the submission deadline for week 1 quiz is still not over. I won't be able to discuss those questions. But if you have any doubts, any uh, non-direct question which is not directly related to the quiz 1 questions, you can ask me. So I hope you had a chance to go through the videos of week 2. So we discussed number of topics in week 2, including lists in Python. And of course, we know how to run a loop and how to iterate uh, on some iterator. We have seen how to define functions and how to pass parameters to functions. So primarily, we are going to talk about these topics. So there will be 4 sample questions. So today we'll mostly focus on coding. We'll look at the questions and we'll try to do hands-on. So we'll try to write the code and see how uh, the code behaves. We'll execute the code. Good evening, Nishkarsh. So let me get started. Okay, so I think now you're able to see the week 2 quiz. Can someone confirm that the week 2 quiz is visible?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, thank you. So I'll let you read the question. So this is week 2 question from the previous offering of this course. So please read the question. Somebody is asking, can we get previous recordings of classes? Yeah, so there are 3 teaching assistants in this course. I am one of them. This is my second problem solving session. And the previous session, that means the first session which I conducted, is already on YouTube. So I think you have access to the YouTube link, but I will still put it here. I will just search and find the YouTube link for you. Is my voice very low?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't know why it is low. I have the same setup. I'll try to speak louder. Is it still very low?
No, sir, it is audible.
Okay.
Week 2 quiz is different from our quiz that we are provided.
Sorry, can you come again?
The quiz 2 showing from your side is different from the quiz 2
Yes,
shown
this
on.
is. This is last year's offering 2024. So we are supposed to discuss the quiz questions from previous offering,
Okay.
and you were supposed to, uh, solve the questions for this year's offering.
In the statement 8 of the question 1, I have a doubt. How
Okay.
can we assign integer to a list?
Okay. Okay. So it's valid doubt. So you're saying that this is a list on the left hand side. On the right hand side, there is an integer. How will it work? Okay. Any other doubts? Anybody? So somebody is saying statement 7 will give an error. Okay. So we have 10 statements in Python, and it is saying that one of the following 10 statements will generate an error. But my feeling is that multiple statements will generate an error. We will see which ones. So somebody is asking, please tell about the format of exam that will be conducted at the end of this course. All right. So I cannot answer this question right away. I am independent of NPTEL. Yeah, who is this person? Sudhanshu, you have a question? If not, please keep yourself muted. Thank you, Sudhanshu. So how and in what format the exam will be conducted, I am not able to tell you now. I am conducting the problem solving sessions, and my responsibility is limited to that only. But you can write an email. Okay, so whoever is
Sir,
unmuted, yes, ask
sir,
your question.
actually, in my views are on the statement 10,
Yes.
which is supposed to generate the error because the equal sign after this.
Hmm.
Whether it will, how it will assign these things? A equal x of 3 and 1 equal
Okay.
1. Is it
Okay.
check?
Yes, yes, you were right. So you have a doubt on why there is double equal sign. Valid doubt.
Yes,
I
yes,
will take
yes.
it. I will take your question in a minute. Just bear with me. Anybody else has any doubts about any of these statements? So one person has said that statement 8 will generate an error. One person has said that statement 10 will generate an error. One person has said that statement 7 will generate an error, but I think that person has not given any justification. So Yatin D has said that statement 7 will generate an error. But why is that? Okay, so let's go ahead. So we will do one thing. We will we will run these statements one by one. All right. So you're able to see the other screen, right? So I have come to great. I've come to this online python.com, and I'm going to run some code here. Okay. So let's call this name this week 2 question 1. Okay. So this is a statement 1. So this hash symbol means that whatever you write after the hash is not going to get executed. So this is called a comment, and a comment is written to help ourselves remind what this statement is about, what this line is about. So remaining things, let's do one thing. We'll do one at a time. So all these other lines, I will comment them. So we'll go one by one. So because it is the second week, I'm going to be slow, but not too slow. faster than last time, definitely. Okay, so this is statement 10. Okay, so I am going to run this first statement only. Okay, so let's run this. I'm clicking on run and there is no error. So it says that the process exited with return code 0. That means there is no error. So now I'll tell you what this is doing. So there is a variable x and x is set to this thing. So when you write equal, it is an assignment. Okay. So what is on the right side of the list comprehension? Yes, so on the right side of the equality, you have a list. Okay. How do you know this is a list? Because whatever you are looking at starts with a square bracket, left square bracket, and ends with a right square bracket. So if you see something like this, you realize that, okay, this is a list. So list is a, as the name suggests, a list of certain objects. And the objects are comma separated. So the first element of the list, 3 comma 5, which is again a list. Why is this a list? Because this is again enclosed within square brackets. So 3 comma 5 is a list, but it is contained as the first element of this larger list. Okay. So now comma, there is something within quote. So if you see something within quote, that is called a string. All right. So the second element of the list is a string. The third element is an integer. Fourth element is again another string. And the fifth element is an integer. Okay. So how do we access the individual elements of the list? Let's see that first. So suppose I print, let's say I print the entire thing. I print the list X. Let's see what happens. I'm going to hit on run. So I get to see that the entire list is printed 3 comma 5 comma memc comma 2 comma borrow go comma 1. So if I want to get a particular element of the list, okay, so let us say I want to get the first element of the list. So the first element is indexed 0. So I will say x of 0. So what will x of 0 print? Let us run this. It's printing the first list, that is the first element 3 comma 5. So you understand the first element is indexed 0 and not 1. So what is x of 1? It is memc, that is the second element of the list. So you understand how it is going. So what is the last element? So if I want to access the last element, this guy, then what should I write? X within bracket, what should I write?
-1.
X4.
X4 will work, right?
Four.
Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth element, but the counting has started from 0. So let us see x of 4. It is 1 showing 1. To make sense. Somebody has said -1. So let us see what happens when we write this. I'm going to click run. Again, it is giving 1. So that means if you do not know, if there is a very large list, there's a, let's say 1000 elements in the list, then you cannot keep counting and say that, okay, there are so many elements. So I'm going to access, let us say that indexed element. So if you say -1, it's going directly to the end of the list. So you understand. So if I say -2, it will go to the second last element. Let us see that. Yeah. What is the second last element? This string. Okay, so that is what is getting printed here. So are you with me? Okay. So we are going to go deeper now. So this we have understood how list is accessed. So now let us uncomment this statement 2. So what is statement 2 doing? Okay. So the statement 2 is defining a variable y and assigning that variable y to what is called a piece of x, a slice of x. So x of 0 is to 50 means the first 50 elements of x. But x does not have 50 elements, x has only 5 elements. So whatever is the content of x will be copied to y. This is what it is happening. But is this valid? is this syntactically valid? We'll see that by clicking on run. The process has exited with the return code 0. That means the syntax is correct. Yes, Dhanraj, you are right. The syntax is correct. Okay, there is no issue in the syntax. Hello, sir. Is calculator allowed in the exam? Again, I'm not able to answer the questions about how the exam is going to be conducted. You have to write an email to NPTEL. Okay. I can tell you about assignments. Assignments are going to be of this form only. I hope that calculator would be allowed, but I do not know. So statement 2 is also valid. Now let's look at statement 3. I have uncommented statement 3. So again, what is happening here? There is a variable z which is getting assigned to the variable y. So what is y? What is there in y? Y is nothing but x. So z will also become x, right? So we'll see if this is syntactically correct. I'm going to click on run. Again, the process has exited with return code 0. That means syntax is correct. So let's uncomment the fourth statement. And what is happening here is w is getting the value of x. Same thing. Some assignments are happening. Going to click on run. The process exited correctly. This is also syntactically correct. This is interesting. Now we are going to line number 5. So what is happening in line number 5? Okay, so x of 1 is the second element of this list. Okay, so x of 1 is memc right now, but they're going to do some changes here. The second element is updated. That's what Yatin Dikshit is saying. All right, but let us understand how it is getting updated. So first of all, we'll run it and see if the process exits correctly. So it is exiting correctly. So there is no issue in the syntax. Yeah. Is there a question? All right. So it is saying that x1, then there is something, then there is what is called, this plus sign is what we call concatenation. So this is one string and this is another string. Okay. So is to 5 means you go till the 5th character. So how many characters are there? 5 characters. It's saying that you start from the beginning of the string. The string is memc. Whoever is has unmuted himself or herself, please mute yourself. Okay. Yeah. So what does this mean? This is saying that, okay, go to this list x, go to the second element, that is x of 1, which is a string memc. In this string, take a slice. What is a slice? Starting from 0, that is starting from the beginning, go till the 5th. Okay, till the 5 characters, and then concatenate with it this another string. So let us see what is happening. Let's sorry. Let us print it and see what happens and what is the content of x1 now. Okay. Oh, so what did I do? Oh, I have an extra dot here. Yeah, so you can see that the memc, that is the first 5 characters of x1, is concatenated with array. So we get this memc array. So you understand what is going on, right? Any questions on this statement 5?
Sir, what is the meaning of semicolon there?
Okay, so this is called slicing. Okay, so in a list, so again here, so for example, you look at this. So if semicolon, even colon, are you talking about this colon?
I think he gives double colon.
Okay,
Yes.
so yes, so what it means is that For example, if you start with 1, so it's saying that, okay, start with 1, go till 5. Let's see what happens here. So you're starting with the index 1. So index 1 of this string is I, and you're going till the fifth one. So fifth, there it doesn't exist. So you are not getting first M. So you're getting MCRE. Look, with this thing, I'm saying that where do you start and where do you end? So the colon in between is sort of uh, uh, it is separating the first index from the last index. So the first index colon the second index. I'm explaining that what is the slice that you should take in the list, in the string in this case. You understand?
Yes.
All right, so let's go back. So when I said nothing, nothing means 0. 0 to 5 will also give the same thing, right? Nothing means you start with wherever the index starts and go till 5. Okay. Any other questions on this statement 5? So statement 5 you understood. It is concatenation of strings. Now let's look at statement 6. I'm going to uncomment statement 6. What is happening in statement 6? So why is index 1 in, remember index 1 is the second element y, that is getting assigned 4. So what is y? Y is nothing but x. It is a simple assignment statement. Let us see whether it will give an error. It does not. It's exiting correctly. So this is also fine. So statement 6, everybody is all right. Yatin Dixit is saying
Yes,
memes
sir.
is replaced with, yes. What is
Yes.
Yatin saying? Yatin is saying that Mimsy is replaced with 4. Mimsy is replaced with 4. Okay, let us see. Okay, sorry. So Yatin is saying after we have executed statement 6, let us see what is in y1. So let's run this. Yeah, so we have y1 set to 4. But what is there in x1? Let's run this. We have MCRE only, so Yatin is not right. So there is a separate copy of y, which is independent of the copy of x. So although y's local copy is getting updated to 4 in the first index, x's copy is still memcre, which we have because of the execution of the line 5. Do you understand, Yatin? All right. All right. So you understand what's going on, right? Anybody has any other questions on statement 6?
No, sir, it's clear.
All right. Thank you. Let's move to
Sir, can
statement
we
7.
replace why? If we replace the list, which is already a list, I mean a list including a list.
Yes.
If we make a new slice from it, so
Okay.
it creates a new list, but the list containing already a list will refer to the same list or not.
Hold on to that question. In the next sample question that we will discuss, we will come to this precise issue. Okay. Okay. Who is this? Manoj, please unmute. Yeah, mute yourself. Thank you, Manoj. Sir, can you print W once? Of course. Uh, who is that? Deepika. We'll print W because Deepika wants it to be printed. Where are we? Let's print it here. Who is this person? Okay. Print W. Let's see what is inside the W. Yeah, so W contains a copy of X. Yeah, it's a separate copy. It's distinct from X. It's independent of X, but it is the same content as that of X. What is a follow-up question? You have any follow-up question, Deepika? Okay. Thank you. Okay, Shantu is asking, can we change string to an integer as we are screening in statement 6? Yeah, we can do that. So we are saying that whatever is there in the second element, you update it to an integer. That we can do. So Dhanraj is saying x00 triple five double five double five. This is not two-dimension array, so it will give error. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, so we're not going to statement 9. Okay, so you have any questions on statement 6? Otherwise, we'll go to statement 7. Okay, you are jumping ahead of me. Hold your horses. Uh, let's go to statement 7. Let's run this. Oh, there's an issue here. So there's an error. Whenever you get an error, you read the error carefully. So what is it saying? It's saying that there's a type error. str object, that is string object, does not support item assignment. Okay. So why is this a string object? Yeah, Yatin is saying string is immutable. Maximum, that is correct. So look at W of 1. So W is nothing but whatever is in X. So W is nothing but whatever is in X. So W1 is what? This is mem_c. Okay. So now mem_c is a string. So it is saying that take a slice of mem_c. Take a slice of mem_c. What is a slice? 0 to the first three. The first three characters. And you replace it with another set of characters. That is not allowed because string object does not support item assignment, which Yatin has pointed out that string is immutable. That kind of thing we cannot do. All right. So if you want to make changes, so for example, what ideally the objective of this code was to replace the first three characters MIM by FEA. So if you wanted to do that, you have to do it this way. You have to do it this way. So now you're saying that, okay, just go to the second index, first index, that is the second element of W, and replace it, fully replace it. So then this will not give an error. Then this will be fine. All right. Can we write this statement without colon? Okay. What do you want to write, Ashwini? So just write down what you want to write. We will try this here. Shudhangshu is saying fizzy. Okay. Without colon. I'm not able to understand what you're suggesting. So this is our statement 7. Put it back. Okay. So this is giving an error. This is an issue. And how to fix this is sort of get rid of this string business, and what you want, just put it directly indexed by 1. Then it will be fine. As we have seen, I'm going to hit run and it is giving no errors. Okay. Any other questions? Why is statement 7 incorrect? You understand, right? Oh, what is the meaning of this? Say the meaning of this is, okay. So I'm explaining for Ashwini and whoever has this question with Ashwini. So see, what is W? W is a copy of X. So W is nothing but this list. Okay. So what is W1? What is this part only? It's the second element of this list, which is a string mem_c. So now on the string, you can do what is called a slice operation. So this is what is happening here. So the meaning of this is that you start with the 0th index and go till 3. So we will get the first three characters. So let's do that. So let's print it for you. So what is the meaning of this? You will understand it now. So I'm going to print what is on the left hand side. I'm going to print this. And of course, then there will be an error because this line will give an error. But let us see what is on the left hand side. I'm going to hit on run. Okay, so you see MIM is printed. So MIM is this part on the left hand side. On the left hand side, you have MIM. The objective of the program was to replace MIM by FEA, but that is not possible because you are replacing string by string like this. It's not supported in Python. So you understand what is happening,
Yes,
Ashwini?
sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Thank you. So we'll move on. We'll move on now. We're going to go to statement. Okay, statement 7 is incorrect. We'll comment it because otherwise it will generate error. Now we'll look at statement 8. Right, let's look at statement 8. So Z4 is getting 42. What is Z? What is Z? Z is a copy of Y. Yeah. So can we do that? Z4 is 42. Somebody was saying Z4 equal to 42 will not be allowed, but let us see. We'll hit on run. It looks like it's all right. One can do that. So Z4 is what? Z is a copy of Y. Y is a copy of X. Z4 is the fifth element. Okay, whoever is clapping, please don't clap. Okay. Sir, can we replace whole string? Yes, we can replace whole string, but not like this. If you want to replace, you have to replace like this. You directly go to the index 1 and assign what you want to assign. And then it will fine. It will be fine. Yeah, there are no errors. So statement 8 is simple. So Z4 is getting assignment of 42. Let's go to statement 9. So x of 0 is 5555. Somebody was saying that this is not going to work. Okay, so what is x of 0? That is the first element of x, which is a string, list. This is a list, 3 comma 5. X of 0 comma 0 is what? What is x of 0 comma 0?
3.
3. Yes, so x of 0 is this list. In this list, what is the 0th element? That is 3. That is 3. All of you are correct. But for our satisfaction, we will print this and see what is x of 0, 0. Okay. Let's hit on the run button. It is 3. So if x of 0, 0 is 3, now we are saying that, okay, it is 3, but now I want to update it from 3 to 5555. So that we can do. It's an integer. Integer is getting replaced by an integer. So there is no error. The program exited normally. So we are good. Okay. So anybody has any doubts on statement 9?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right. All right. So we'll go to the last statement. Okay, so somebody has said that, okay, this is not making sense to him. So he's saying that, okay, there's a double equal. What does double equal mean? What does double? Anybody knows what is double equal?
Comparison.
Quality of both sides.
Okay.
Compare
so
two strings.
yes. So not only strings, two objects can be compared. So it is asking that, so basically this is a Boolean statement. So it is asking, is the one on the left hand side equal to the one on the right hand side? So it is going to report either true or false. It will report Boolean. So let us see what is it. So first of all, what is x of 3? X of 3 is a fourth. This is a fourth element. So in this fourth element, what is the index 1? Index 1 is 0. I mean O.
Yes.
Is O. Right. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So O is not equal to 1. Is O equal to 1? No. O is not equal to 1. So let us see. So let us see for ourselves. I'll make it slightly smaller. So we'll see what is x of 3, 1. Let's print it. Then we will get to know. It's O. It's the character O. Now the question is the character O equal to 1? No. So it will give false. So it will give false. And for our satisfaction, we will print and see what is inside A. So we'll print A. So A should have false. Let us run it. Yeah, you see, we got false. So this evaluated to false, and then that got assigned to A. Namita, you have a question? Namita? All right, thank you. If you don't have a question, keep yourself muted. I'll be very thankful to you for your cooperation. So we are done.
Sir,
Anybody has any? Yeah, go ahead. Anybody has any doubts
statement
on?
that- sir.
Can you please come again?
Here in these 10 statements, only the statement 7 is error, sir.
Yeah, looks like statement 7 is only erroneous. Did you get any more errors? I was thinking that other errors could be there, but yeah, if you go in sequence, then statement 7 is false. But statement 7, if you fix it like this, then it is all right. Ashutosh,
Statements
go
are
ahead.
yes, the statement 10 is the correct one.
Yes, yes, it's correct. Because it is not giving any errors.
Okay.
You have any
Thank
doubt?
you. So I was doubt, but I now I clear.
All right, all right, thank you. I'm happy to clear your doubt. So we are done with this question. Unless you have other questions, we will go to the next one.
Excuse me, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, in the statement 4, we copied the X to W. Then we done concatenation in statement 5.
పేపర్ పెట్టుకుంటా పేపర్ పట్టుకొని తింటా
Hello.
Who is this person? Paper person? Namita? Yes, please. Go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Salmavi. Yes, Salmavi,
In
go
the
ahead.
statement 5, we done concatenation. So in the next, can you print the W? So it will affect the W or not? That's my question.
After
In
statement 4.
5.
All right, all right, all right. Let us see.
Because we done concatenation in X, it will affect W or not?
Okay. We'll print here. This is fine.
Yes, sir.
Let us run it.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
excuse me sir,
Go ahead.
so is the answer to this question is statement 7?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you sir.
So what has happened is we are printing W, and W was initially X, but then X got changed, and W also got changed, isn't it? So this is a tricky situation, like when will something change and when something will not change. So let us move to the next question. And of course, after the next question, we'll have a break. And in the next question, we will see how uh, what we say values are passed. Either it is passed by value or it is passed by reference. We'll see that. I think, is there any more question on this?
No, sir.
Yes, go ahead, Varun. Yeah, Varun, you can ask your question. I can see you are raising your hand. Varun B. Shetty, you have a question. Ashi, you have a question. Varun is writing something. I'll look at what he has written. So Varun is saying, I noticed that the second quiz question I see in my laptop is different from the one you are explaining, because I said in the beginning that this is not the quiz 2 that you are solving. This is the quiz 2 of the previous offering. Okay, that is the reason. So we are going to move to the quiz.
One more question.
Yeah, okay, thank
Sir,
you.
string is immutable, you said. So can you explain more about immutable? What do you mean by immutable?
Okay, so Yatin said it. Yatin, do you want to say a few words on this? Yatin Dikshit.
Sir, please explain the meaning of statement 5.
Okay. So immutable means, as Dhanraj is saying, is not able to change. So a string, so when you say that A is equal to B, so for example, if I make a statement which is like this, that means an assignment of A to B. So if on the left side you have a string, on the right side you have a string, then there is a problem. Then A cannot be modified just like that. A already has a string value and you are trying to update it with another string value. That is not allowed in Python. That is the meaning of string being immutable, uh, uh, because that is not allowed. So yeah, so what is the question somebody is asking? Statement 5,
Yes, sir.
Ashwini.
Sir, and the lists are mutable. So what will happen if we change X and Y? Means, I mean, if we change the list to a different integer or a number, will it also change in the Y or not? Because the lists are
Okay,
mutable.
correct. So you're asking that if I change, so if I whether so when I say that y is copied to, or rather x is copied to x is copied to y, do we have a independent copy of y, or changes to y will get reflected to x?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a question. We will note this question.
Actually, sir, actually, I want to say that on statement number 8,
Okay.
if it is a list one instead of string,
Yes.
is it possible to take the part of the word?
Okay, so we'll do that. So what you are saying is, so let's copy what is on statement 7. This is our statement 7. We are here. Please keep yourself muted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you're saying that uh, instead of 1, let us look at 0. 0 is a list. Now you're saying that 0, let us say the first two things you want to update, right? So instead of 3 comma 5, let's make it 1 comma 2. Are you suggested something like this?
Yes, it will work.
Let's see.
One will come.
So what is it saying? It is saying that name B is not defined. Where am I making a mistake? Oh, this one. Yeah, so we have, yeah, this has worked. So now after this, I'll print W once again. So we have printed W before this operation, and we have got this 3 comma 5
Yes.
and everything else. I'm going to print it once again after this statement 7 execution. All right, and then we'll see what is the change. 1 2 5. 1 2 5. 5 is also there. See, what we have said is that look at the okay. So what it means is that take the slice consisting of the first element of W0. So 3 has been removed. So if I do it like this, then both 3 and 5 will get removed, and instead of 1 to 5, we'll get 1 to only.
3 1.
You see?
Sir, instead of 3 only, 1, 2 are replaced.
Yes, but if we do it this way, if I want to replace both 3 comma 5, then I'll say colon 2, and 3 comma 5 will be replaced by 1 comma 2, which has happened here. There's a lot of noise on somebody's side.
Sir, I couldn't understand this.
Okay. So the issue was that somebody asked that what is the meaning of a string being immutable. Then we did an experiment and we said that, okay, instead of trying to execute this line number 7, which is this. So W of 1 is a string mimc that we cannot modify partially just like this. So we are saying that, okay, so what is the meaning of this statement? So the intent of this statement is to replace the first three characters MIM by these three characters FEA, but because mimc is a string, strings are not immutable. That's why that kind of slicing and assignment is not possible. So therefore, I did this experiment. I said, okay, look at W0. What is W0? It is X0. It is 3, 5. I said, okay, 3, 5, you take a slice. The slice is both the elements. So slice of size 2. Now this slice you replace by 1, 2. So that is what is happening. So if you just take the first slice, that means the first element, that means 3. W0 colon 1 means the first element of W0, that is 3. If you want to replace that by 1, 2, that is also possible by executing this statement. Then what will happen? Then after doing this, we'll have W, which is the first element is 1, 2, 5. So we'll run it and see 1, 2, 5. So we have demonstrated
Sir,
that although string is, yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead.
sir, then how can we get like how can we replace the 5, sir?
Oh, you want to replace
Like
5
3 and
only?
1.
Yes. Do you want to replace only 5 or you want to replace both 3 and 5?
Only 5, sir.
Okay, just start from 1. Okay, just a second. What has happened? 1, 2, okay. W0, 1 is to 1. It is giving. So she's saying that I want to get an output of 1, 2, 5. But we have got this. So how shall we get 1, 2, 5? She want no. She wants to get, what do you want to get? You want to get 3, 1, 2, right? Just a second.
We
We
can
have
just
3.
remove the colon and one also.
Like
So
replacing 5.
we have 3, 5. So you want to replace 3, 5 by what?
So for replacing 3, we have given one slice 1, sir.
Yes.
Likewise,
Yes.
for replacing, what should we give, sir?
Okay. So
Like
if we
3,
do
1.
this 3, 1, 2. So you want to get 3, 1, 2. So your objective is to run a statement. So you want to output, in this case, you want to output 3, 1, 2. Am I right?
Ah,
Okay.
Sir, we can give 2 after the colon, sir. So that 2 minus 1 will be the first position.
Like this?
Yes, sir. But before the colon, we have to give 1.
Oh, yeah. So this is giving 3, 1, 2. Who is that? Who has answered this question? It's very nice. Thank
Sir,
you.
Surya Prashant.
Surya. Surya has done a very good job. Thanks him. So yeah, so
Sir.
Surya, you can explain what has happened?
Sir, in that we have given that, and before the colon, the index start from 1, and after the colon we have given 2. It means that the index will stop at 2 minus 1.
Okay,
It
okay.
will start at 1 and complete at 1, so that the
Yes,
index will not change. That we have
correct,
we will be replacing that particular index.
correct. So just to restate what Surya has said. So you're saying that you start with the index 1. So index 1 is 5 and you go till 2 minus 1. So this is saying that where till where you go. So 2 minus 1 is again 5. So that's why you are able to pinpoint 5, and that thing you are able to replace by 1 comma 2. So now you have the final expected output 3 comma 1 comma 2 as shown in this terminal.
Sir, what
Is it
if we give only 1 instead of 1:2?
okay?
Sir,
Okay, then there is a problem. So it's saying that uh, so it is replacing 5 by the least 1 comma 2 that is happening, but it is not concatenating that list with 3. So the 3 is outside of list. So there is a nested list here, you see. Whoever asked that question, do you understand what's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
so I think the syntax is when you say W of 0 and 1, basically you are trying to access a memory location and you are assigning reference to an array 1 comma 2 over there. This is the syntax right now, but previously there was another syntax which you wrote that was 1 colon 2, I think.
Okay, let's do that.
W0 1 colon 2. Yeah. So basically this means is your first of all from with W0 you are accessing the array 3 comma 5. Now within
Yes.
that array what you are saying is that at location 1 you want
Yes.
to put this array 1 comma 2, and you have to include the second position element which is present in that original array. This is what
Yes.
the syntax is saying, I think.
No, so this is the idea was to replace 3. Sorry, they replace 5. So 3 will be as it is. So from 3 comma 5, we wanted to go to 3 comma 1 comma 2, but we wanted to get a single list.
Yes, sir. Over here, if you write W01 colon 0, I think it should still work.
Okay, but it is slightly different. So what it has done is it has gone to the second position and inserted 1 comma 2. 3 and 5 it has not moved. So it has made space between 3 and 5, and in between it
That
had
is,
put.
so that is been mentioned with 1. That is the one part which is saying that at position 1, you have to insert 1 comma 2.
Mhm.
So that is the
But
first part.
our objective was to get an output like this, and Surya suggested that you do this, and it worked.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
I
but
mean,
what you are
according to the
suggesting is also
answer, that is
nice.
right. I'm just telling what is the behavior of that.
Okay, okay, yeah. So it has helped us understand what can happen. So, for example, as he has suggested, I didn't get your name. You're Ravi, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if somebody does something like this, again, we are getting a single list, but here we are able to put certain more things in between. So yeah, I mean, the idea of this course is to just play around with Python and learn as many features as you can, and not to mug up. Uh, just experiment with experiment only. You will learn. I will learn. So I hope that this was a good experience. So it is already 7 o'clock. Okay, so let us take a break. So we have more questions. We have more questions to discuss. So this is the question. We will look at this question next. Second question. All right. Let's make it large. I'm going to give you a break now. So we are going to take a 5 minutes break. So it is 7 o'clock now. So 7:05 we will be back. Okay. I'm going to write it here. Back at 7 5. Okay, so I'm taking a break now. I'll see you in 5 minutes. So welcome back. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so somebody is saying that please explain statement 10 again. Who is this person? Adish. So what is your doubt in question 10, statement 10, Adish? See, we are asking whether this is syntactically correct. So on the right hand side, we have a comparison statement. So this is going to either give true or false. And x31 is what? X3 is the fourth element of x. And 1 is within this, what is the index 1? That is O, the character O. So character O and 1 are getting compared and they're not equal. And therefore, this will return false. So A will get the value false. Is that fine, Adish?
Okay, sir.
Thank you. So let's look at this question. So here we will see like why in the previous question we have seen that we were copying one list to the other and then we were uh, modifying one list and the other list was getting modified. So all these issues will come in this question. So you understand, let's look at so after these set of statements are executed, what is A0, what is B3, what is C3 and what is D1? That is the question. So most people are saying that the answer is C. If you have just copied this and put it on the this thing, then I don't know. But if you have understood it, it's fine. But let's do a dry run. Let's do a dry run by looking at this code. Okay. So so what is happening here? So B is being initialized to this list of 5 integers. So what is B0? 43, B1 is 99, B2 is 65, B3 is 105, B4 is 4. All right. So then we are defining another list B, which is a slice of B. The slice starts from the second index. Second index is here. So B is this part. So this part 65, 105, 4 is B. All right. Am I right?
Yes.
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 Yes, sir.
So how about D? D is a slice of B, but starting from the index 1. So B would be this, D would be this, isn't it? Okay. And then C is whatever is B. Okay, so C is this itself. Now try to understand that which one is it. So we have to see. So for example, C3 is 73 in all of the options. So that does not help us in eliminating the incorrect options. So what is C3? C is nothing but B, and B is, what is B? Sorry, we are looking at C3. No, C is what? C is
B
nothing
is
but
correct.
Sir, we don't have. Oh, okay, that is an assignment, sir. C3 is assigned to 73.
yes. So at some point C3 is assigned to 73. That's why this thing has happened. In between, two more assignments has taken place. So D's index 1 has become 95, B's index 2 has become 47. So let's do one thing. I'll copy this. So I'm better going to copy it on the edit. And but we have to remember. Okay, okay, fine. So remember that we are interested in A0, B3. Okay, I'll write that too. So let's make a new file. Call it week 2 question 2. So this is all we have. And what are we interested in? We're interested in these variables.
Second option.
Okay. So second option is this one.
Yes.
So let's
Option B.
copy this. Option B. So this is option B. Okay, so this is option B. And we have option C. Many people are saying option C. So in the exam, you will not have access to such a terminal. So you should be doing the calculations on your own in your head. Okay. So these two are the options we look at. So most people didn't, nobody has opted for option A and D. Let's forget that. We have done 50-50. So B and C are our options. Okay. So
Okay.
what is happening? Let's try to understand what is happening. So between these two options, there is a mismatch in B3 only. So B3 is 105 or B3 is 73. That is going to decide whether option B is correct or option C is correct. Remaining values are same for both the options. But let us first verify. So what is C3? C3 is in the last statement. In line number 9, C3 is being assigned to 73. So C3 is going to be 73. We are almost, we can see that directly. But what is A0? Why is A0 65? Let us see that. So A is the slice of B starting from the second index. So A is, after this statement is executed, A becomes equal to 65, 105, 4. Is that fine? So after the statement is executed, what is A?
65, 105, 4.
Yes. So let us be sure. Let us print this. Yeah, so we are right. So A0 is 65. So therefore A0 is 65 is correct. We'll also verify D1. Is D1 95? So yeah, there's a statement D1 is 95. Therefore D1 is also 95. So now we are only Nishita, Nitisha, just there's a message. A047 Marathi N. So this is false. A0 is 47. Oh, you have tried to analyze different things. Fine. Anyway, so yeah, so we are only going to focus on C3 now. What is C3? Sorry, what is B3? We're going to focus on B3 only. So why is B3 105? If B3 is 105, then option B is what we are going to select.
Because we have only modified B2 and nothing else.
Okay.
So
So
it
which
should
line we have,
remain the same.
at which line we have modified B?
9 number. B of
Okay.
2 is 47.
Okay. So, okay, sorry. So here V is modified. Okay. Okay, fine. So what was B? B was this array, the initial array, and it was modified at one point, which is line number 9. But we modified B2 only. So 47 would be replaced by 65 would be replaced by 47. We're interested in B3. In B3 has never been modified. Okay. So those who are saying that B3 is 73, what is their
Sir, I have
reason?
one suggestion.
Okay.
After statement 9 and 10, you can print individually B, so it will be clear.
No,
After
that anyway I can do. That anyway I can do, then I don't have to have this discussion at all. This discussion is just to
no, sir,
understand.
so they can understand why the B3 is changed.
Okay, fine. So can you explain where exactly B3 got changed? In which line?
In line number
line
10, C3 is 73. In line number 7, C is assigned, C is equal to B. So whatever changes we done in C, it will affect in B.
And lists are mutable, so it changes in both the C and B.
Okay, so here C is getting whatever is in B. All right, that is what she's saying. And she's saying that here,
Yes,
here,
sir, it's true, sir. It has
okay.
to change.
So here C3 is getting value 73. She's saying because of these two lines, line number 10 and line number 7, B3 will also get the value of 73. Why should that happen? There is no direct
Excuse me,
No,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Sir, according to me, C is getting a different list. So the list will, so the value which is there, the list of C will having a same values as B, but it is getting changed. I
Okay.
think
So
so.
you're
There
saying
will
that
be no change in B. It will be
correct,
only
correct.
the change in C.
Okay. So you're saying that there are two distinct copies of so there are two memory locations. B has a different memory. B is stored in a different memory location. C is stored in a different memory location. So C3 being updated to 73 does not affect B3.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
But
So it
one
No,
means there
sir.
are,
slices changes the
So,
memory locations.
yeah, one by one, please go ahead.
so array is not. I mean, it doesn't get copied whenever you assign it to some other reference. It is an object type. So when you say
Okay.
C equal to B, basically
Mhm.
C and B are pointing to the same array object in the memory.
Okay. So you're saying that there is only one memory location and
Yes.
that memory location is being pointed to both B and C.
Yeah, B and C are both pointing to the same array.
Okay. Okay. So you are saying that there is only one object, but some people are calling it B and some people are calling it C. So whether
Yes.
you modify B or modify C, the same object will get
Yes.
modified.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
And this happens
Okay.
because the lists are mutable.
This happens because the lists are mutable. All right. Okay. So we have seen both sides of the argument. So those people who have the belief that B and C are different copies will choose this option. B3 is 105. And those who think that a modification to C in line 10 will modify B will choose this line. All right. So we have both the sides of the house, and now we are going to run this, and then we will see what is, will print at this point what is C3. Okay. All good. I'm going to hit run. Oh, is it? Sorry, it's B3, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So B3 is option. Okay. Okay. So unfortunately, B3 is 73. That means that although C3 was updated 73, internally B also got updated. So that means there is only one object which is also called B and C. So when we said C is equal to B, so the object B has been sort of given another name C. So the object is same. There are two copies of the same object has not been made. Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay. So such a
Sir, is
situation.
C is the correct option, sir?
Sorry, can you please come again?
Is C is the correct option, sir?
Yes, yes, yes. So you can see that we are printing B3. B3 is coming out to be 73. So therefore B3 73 is option C.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now we will explain. We will dig deeper. Uh, so what has happened here is that here in this line C is equal to B. So we call it in C++ terms, this is called pass by reference. So that means the same memory location where B is located in the same location C is pointing to. There is no independent copy of C has been made. All right. So if you want to make it pass by value, that means if you want to make another copy of B and call it C, then what should you do? That could be a requirement in some
Sir,
cases.
we have to use slice, sir.
Yes. You have to use slice. So I'm going to do that. So this colon means take everything that is in B, and this will make a new copy. And now once we are going to print B3, we will see we will not get 73. So although C3 is updated to 73, B3 will remain what it is, isn't it? B3 will remain. What is B3? B3 is 105. Now we're going to, we are running. So after running, we see there's 105. So if you are doing slice, if you're going to slice like this, then it makes another copy of the same variable. So there are two different memory locations having two different names, B and C. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Any doubts, anybody?
No.
Okay, great. So you have to be careful when you look at the question. You have to be very careful. Like maybe you got all the parts correct, one part where you are not careful enough, you may make mistakes. So be attentive, and you will be able to uh, answer questions correctly. So we'll move to the next one.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, go ahead. Nishkarsh. Nishkarsh, do you have a question? Okay, you have raised, yeah, okay, you have put down your hand. All right. Okay, so you're saying, sir, can you explain the meaning of in operator and usage after this question? What is in operator? I don't know. Can you give an example code? Please write down an example code, then I will understand what you're asking.
For I in range, I think he's asking for that in operator.
Oh, okay. He's talking about this loop. Okay. Okay, so we'll see that. We'll see that when we see loops. All right. It's not an operator, it's a keyword. Okay. So when we say, yeah, for I in n means like from 0 to n minus 1. So within this interval.
Sir, if the list B is containing the list itself, and we are making a slice,
Okay.
does that slice also refer to the second
No,
list that is already contained in the list, same list?
that's slightly
That,
complicated. That's slightly
that's what
complicated.
that's what I was asking in the first question.
You were asking, so let me see. So a little doubt while slicing, it will start from including that index or from next index. That is what you, no, that is not your question. So you're saying that, let's take a different piece. Let's take a different piece. So you're saying that instead of this list, if there is a list like this within which there is another list,
Yes.
You need to go first.
Yes.
then what will happen? That's what you're asking.
And we are making a slice. Will it refer to the same list 1, 2, 3, 4 or not? I mean, memory allocation will be same or not?
Okay, let's do that quickly. So I'm going to say C equal to B. So this is pass by value or reference.
Reference.
Okay. So that means the same memory location would be called B and C. Okay. So now you want to update something, right? So you want to update, let us say, so you want to update C5, C5 this list. Let us say you want to update the first guy from 1 to, let us say, 100. Okay. What does it do? So C5 is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This list. This 0th element, you want to make it 100 instead of 1. Okay. Let's go and see what has happened now. I'm going to print C first.
Sir,
Okay,
I
so
think it's 4.
Sir,
1,
it
2,
is
3,
4.
4.
C4.
Oh,
Sir,
okay.
indexing is done wrong.
Okay, fine. Sorry. Thank you for pointing out. You are not sleeping. That's very nice. I have been able to keep you awake. That is a good thing. So you see, C is updated. That is fine. How about printing B?
So
That is also updated. So we are referring to the same memory location.
So what will happen if we are making a slice? Will it
Okay, tell me what you want
That
to write.
inner array would be treated as just one element, so slicing won't get affected anyway.
No, no. So this is possible only. So let us say I'm going to say colon 2. Let I just wait. So give me some sample code. You want to do slice here. I have
C
copied.
equal to B colon will make it a slice?
Oh, you're going to do it like that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to copy from the beginning 2 elements. Oh no. So that will only copy these 2 things. No. So let's
Yes.
bring this thing
Just
out.
copy all the elements.
Oh, you want to copy everything. So you want to copy pass by value.
So
Okay.
make it 2 colon nothing. Then we'll understand. C equal to B inside B 2 colon nothing. 2.
Like
But
this.
that's it.
Okay.
So now we get another list, which is C, which is starting from 2 and till the last. So basically 0, 1, 2, from 65 till the last array, it will be printed as it is. So yeah, 65105, and that internal array hasn't changed. It really doesn't matter, sir.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. See, once we are doing this slicing, even if inside the slicing there is a list, there's pass by value, so 2 copies are made. So C is different from B. You understand?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, I have
So,
one doubt.
Yes, please go ahead one by one.
it'll be interesting to see. Can we change that C of
Who is this
to
person?
Sir
Ravi.
Ravi?
Okay,
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead.
C in inside bracket. No, no, not there, sir. Just to print.
Okay.
And I actually what I want to do is, as that person say, maybe that was his query, that he wanted to see whether that internal array is been shared by the two objects B and C, or they are different for each of them. I think that was his question, and I'm misunderstood his question.
Okay, so let him okay, you ask from your side, whoever was asking.
So what I'm saying is, sir, just below C equal to 2 colon B of 2 colon, just below that, what I want to do is I want to update the internal array which is included in C, and just to confirm that B and C share the same internal array, will print the value of both. So I want to say C. Yeah, you can do.
So is this what you
Uh,
want to do?
B of 4 comma 0. Let's
Oh,
make it
sorry. B is like that. No, B has not been changed. Okay.
4 comma 0,
Okay.
and now we will print C and B,
Okay.
just to see whether they are sharing that same internal.
Okay. So it gets modified. So there is only one copy.
Yes, sir. So internal array is just one copy.
Yeah, the internal array will
It's been
remain
shared.
same.
Okay. Okay. That's a very good point. Who was asking the question, by the way? Not Ravi, the other person.
Sudhanshu.
Sudhanshu, that's a good question. So you see, it's a nice thing that they have pointed out, Sudhanshu and Ravi. So although we have passed by value, so 2 different copies are to be made, but this internal list, there is only one copy. So how shall we fix this? If we want to make 2 copies of the internal list also, what should we do?
Sir, maybe we can use 2 columns.
Here.
Yes, sir. Sir, I don't think so. It is correct. Let's
Like
try.
this.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I think it means the same. This statement is equivalent to saying C equal to B
Yeah,
because you have
it's
not
not making
mentioned
a
anything.
change. It's not
Yes.
making, it's the same thing it is showing.
Yes. Basically, both C and B are same after executing that.
So how do we fix this? We want to make two copies of B and C, also including the internal list. I'll
Perhaps we
try,
could slice both of
perhaps.
perhaps we could slice both of them and then concatenate them again to create a different.
Okay, so just tell me what you want me to write.
We could maybe again print slice the inner list out, and so we could write perhaps could take another variable maybe a.
Okay, so you want to
and
do
then
some multiple things. Okay, I want to do it like in one go. All right. So let's try something.
Or maybe we can use
Okay, copy doesn't work. So basically what this is happening is this is called shallow copy. That means within the list. So there's something called deep copy. Okay, so there's something called deep copy in Python, which you can look it up. And then for the sake of time, I won't be able to discuss it today. But with deep copy, we can fix this issue. Okay, but we have to discuss two more questions. So I would encourage you to search deep copy in Python and find out how it is done. All right, but we will discuss it next time. But let us look at the next two questions. So this question is done. So as far as this question is concerned, we have understood why the answer is C. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I see many messages. I'm not able to catch up with the messages. So Venkatesh has suggested something. Yeah, fine. Yeah, so a lot of things have been suggested, but we will look at these things. So Marathi is saying this demonstrates mutable data types and how changes through one reference affect the original list. That is correct. But there is something called deep copy with which you can inside the list also whatever data is there you can copy and make a different copy. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the next question for the sake of time. So what is the value of end MSG after executing the following lines? Okay. So I'll let you think about it. ADNSCODA. Somebody has answered. Somebody has answered reverse of start message. Okay, Kunal is also writing the same thing. Reverse of the start message. So what is a start message? Start message is anaconda. So two persons have said that it will be printed in reverse only, like this ADNOCANA. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, what is the length of a start message?
Oh, okay, okay. Fine. So now we will understand it one by one. Okay. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to answer the question that has been asked. So what is the length? Okay, let's call it week 2 question 3. Oops. What happened? Function. Week 2 Q3. Okay. So start message is a variable and it is assigned a string. The string is anaconda. So there is another variable end message, which is an empty string. Now let us see what is the length of the start message. We'll print it, then only we'll know what it is. So what will it print, anybody?
8, sir.
Why?
Length of the start messages.
Yeah, so how many characters are there?
8
1, 2,
characters
3,
are there,
4,
sir.
5, 6, 7, 8.
1,9.
Yes. Yes, yes. So 8 characters it will count. I'll run it and we'll see for ourselves. 8. So that means it is counting, nothing but counting. How many? How many characters are there in the start message? Now we will see what is this loop. Now we will also understand this keyword in. So in says whatever is after in is a list. It should be ideally a list of integers, and then it will iterate. I will take values from this list. That is the use of this in not operator, keyword. Somebody was asking about this in keyword, right? So range is from 1 to 1 plus
9.
length of start message. Length of start message is how much? 8.
8.
So range is from 1 to 9. So that means what are the values that I will take?
From 1 to 8, sir.
Yes, that's what we have seen last time, that it does not take the last value. The last value is 9, but it will take one less than the last value. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this will run for values. What are the values it will take? So I from 1 to
2, 3, 4, 5,
up to 8.
8.
That much. Okay. Now what is happening inside the loop? It's saying that whatever is end message, you concatenate that. That means you join that with start message minus I. So we have seen what is minus 1. So when I say a string of minus 1, it refers to what?
The last one.
Last character.
Last character. So first, when I is 1, start message of minus 1 is the last character. Okay, so end message gets. So we'll see what is happening in this loop. We'll see one by one. We'll see one by one. So I'm going to do print, and I'm going to print end message every time the loop has executed, and we'll see what happens one by one. Okay. So after every iteration of the loop, what I have done is I'm going to print end message and see what it contains. So I'm going to hit on run. See what has happened. After the first iteration, end message has got A. What is A? It is the last one, last character. After the second iteration, gets the second last character, AD. After the third iteration, gets the third last character, ADN, and so on. So finally, it prints, it gets the word start message itself, but in the reverse order. Does anyone have any doubt on this?
No, sir.
Hello, sir. Can we edit in this program?
Yes, go ahead. Suggest your edits.
Sir, for I in a range length of start message -1.
Okay. Like this?
No, sir. For I in a length of counts in the length of start message -1.
Like this?
Yes. Colon -1 and -2.
Here.
Colon is
Like this?
not colon, Yes, sir.
Okay. So there's an issue. So range cannot be specified like this. So many columns cannot be given. So are you saying comma?
Yes, comma.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Go ahead.
So for this question, we have to use the interpreter to find out the answer, right?
You can verify the answer like that, but you can find out the answer by just thinking.
Okay, sir.
You just think what is happening, try to analyze what is happening. With the interpreter, you can verify that, okay, what I was thinking, what I was analyzing was correct or not.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So who was suggesting this change? We have done the change. This is what we get. So what is the point you are making?
Sir, how to calculate this string message, start message in Anaconda? If performing this range operation, so how to calculate this in the Python program?
How to calculate this in the Python program? I am sorry, I'm not able to understand the question because it is not very precise.
Sir, I think he's asking about the backend process of this length start message is 8. So 8 minus 1 is 7. So 7 will be the starting index, and the minus 1 will be the ending index, and the minus 2 will be the increment. So he's
Okay.
asking about how the process actually works when he put these values.
Oh, okay. So yeah, was it Surya?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, so Surya has explained. So you are asking about the syntax, that if the syntax is like this, then how the processing is going to take place. So what is the length of the start message that we have seen is 8, because there are 8 characters in start message. So 8 minus 7 is 8 minus 1 is 7. So I will get values starting from 7. So first value that I will get is 7. The next value that I will get is 5, because you are going by steps of 2, but you are decrementing. The next value that I will get is 3. The next value that I will get is 1. Okay. Is it so the next value will be minus 1, but you have to stop uh, there, I think. 4 iterations is what we can see. 4 iterations have taken place. Right. So I'm going to make it slightly smaller. Okay. So what is start message 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I don't know what is happening. Let's print it. Let's print it. Whenever there is a doubt, we print. So let's print I as well. So the first value is 7. The first value of I is 7. Okay, so what is start message minus 7? Minus 7 means you have to count from 1 here. This is minus 1. D is minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7. So minus 7 is n, so n is printed. Next is 5. I's value is 5. Start message minus 5 you have to go. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So this is C, and so on. Then we'll get n again, and then we'll get a again, and then there is nothing left. So we can just print and see what is going on. To answer your question, so I just printed and saw what are the values of I. So did I answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much for the confirmation. So we'll go to the next question. This is the last question of the day. I will encourage you to read the question. So there's an answer from Ravi. So Ravi is saying that L is 1317, 1921. Venkatesh, Siddharth, Chaitanya, Kunal, all of them, Deepika, everybody saying the same thing. Nishkar is saying that no change would be applied to my list. So my list, whatever it was, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 21, it will remain the same. Okay. Gahan is also saying the same thing. Surya is also saying the same thing. BV is also saying the same thing, no change. So most people are saying no change. Why is no change? So let us first go one by one. What is happening? So there is a function, there is a method mystery that takes parameter L, and most likely it is a list or string. That is why a slice operation is done on L. Okay. After the slice operation, L is returned. So slicing means it starts from index 2. That means the 0th index and the first index are not copied to L. Okay, that is happening in the function. So we have now initialized a list, my list, with 6 values, and then we call this function mystery with this parameter my list. So after this has happened, we want to print my list, and we want to ask that what is there in my list after we have done this. So two possibilities are there: either my list remains as it is, no change, or because of this operation, so the first two indices 7 and 11 are removed. There are two possibilities. So now, depending on whether there is a pass by value or a pass by reference, the answer will be decided. So whether we are making two copies of my list or a single copy of my list, that will decide the answer. So now we will see what happens. So I think I have explained what is going on in the mind of all of you. There are two answers. We have got two answers only. So this is week 2, question 4. Okay. So let me do one
So,
thing. Yeah, go ahead.
so the answer, some people said that my list won't change will be correct because we are not reassigning my list. Over here, we are changing L. I mean, we are creating a new slice out of that initial array. But we are when we say return, we are not capturing it in inside my list, and that's where the I had done mistake.
Okay,
So
okay. Very precise, very precise. So what he is saying is that this is line number 5. In line number 5, what we have done, we have defined a list of numbers. And in line number 6, we called or invoked the function mystery. All right. With the my list as a parameter. Now, my list can get, now the control will come here to line number 1. Now, what is L at this point? What is L at this point? Let's print L at this point. So at this point, what is L? I'm going to click on run and I'll check what is
it will
there.
be same as my list, sir.
Yes. At this point, we have no changes in my list. But after this operation is done, this slicing is done, what will happen is we'll have a different L. What will be there?
A new array.
Yes. What is happening is the first two elements 7 and 13 are missing, but this is getting written. Of course, what we are returning is this piece, but we have just called the function. So my list will change only if my list and L are pointing to the same memory location. So we have to understand whether the same memory location is being referred to by my list and L. Probably not. Probably not. Maybe there is a different copy of L here. So how do you know? So we have to print my list. So after everything, we are going to print my list and see See, the third guy, this is my list. No change. Because what has changed is L. L is defined locally here. Okay. So this is called pass by value. So my list has been passed by value. So a different copy of L has been generated within this function. But if we want my list to also change, what we should do?
Just before that call, we can say my list equal to that particular call, mystery my list.
Yeah, so we have to assign my list to whatever
L
is
is equal
returned.
to L is equal to my list.
What do you want to do?
L is a local member of mystery. It is not present outside, so that won't
Yeah,
work.
L is not available at all. So for example, if I want to print L here, not here, suppose I forget this guy. So I want to print L here outside of this function. Then I won't be able to access L because L is local copy and it is only accessible within this function. So let's click on run. So I have an error. What is the error? Saying there is a name error. Name L is not defined. So L is not known to Python to be present in this context, in this part. L is, see, L's lifetime is only within this function. L was alive only within this function. Outside this function, L is dead. L is not there. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Sir, excuse me, sir. I think it's like a mathematical function.
Okay.
In a mathematical function f of x, in a mathematical function, if f of x is equal to 2x, the function is 2x. If we put the value of x equal to 2, then the answer will become 2x equal to 2 into 2 equal to 4. But the x
Yes.
value won't change. X will remain the 2. But the function will be giving the answer 4.
Yes, yes, yes. That is
So
also
that's
correct.
why the my list will be the same here.
That is also correct. So my list is,
Sir,
yeah, just let me add a sentence. So my list is being sent to this function. So my list doesn't change, but what is being returned is getting changed. As I said, x does not change, but the function, since it is 2x, it changes the output of the function. Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, can we assign my list is equals to L?
Here.
Yes, sir.
We will change my list to return. Will it works?
No, so see, L is not available. Before answering your question, whoever female voice I heard, I'm answering her question. See, L is not available here. So there is no way I can access L here. L is only available within the function. So I cannot write L here. For example, if I write L here, that will be a problem. Again, L is not defined. Yes, what is the suggestion you have? The other one?
Can we change my list to return in mystery my list? Eighth statement.
Here.
Yes.
What do you want to write?
I want to call return statement in my list instead of my list.
Here.
Right side.
Here. Like this.
Can we replace my list with return on the right side?
Within the bracket?
Yes. Yes.
Here.
Yes. Yes.
No. So see, this is a function, and the function needs to get a parameter. And once it gets the parameter, the control comes here, and whatever operations we have defined within the function are carried out. So this is not even a parameter. If I run this, I'll encounter an error saying invalid syntax. This is not the right syntax. We have to pass to this function some parameter which is valid, which we have defined. For example, we have defined mylist. Mylist is defined locally. That's why we are able to pass it to the function. And then if we also want to capture what is being returned by mystery, we have to do this assignment. Then mylist will get modified. Then we'll print mylist, and we'll be able to see that mylist is also updated. So there are three things have been printed. So first thing, we printed L here. So when we passed mylist, this was L. After we took a slice of L, we printed L again. We had this slice, and then this thing was returned by the function, and that thing we captured in mylist. So when we printed mylist, that is line number 9, this is third print statement, we again get same thing.
Sir, I have one suggestion, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, we can print L equal to the value of that return L in the function by replacing the left side of the assignment operator mylist in the eighth. By replacing the left side of the equal to symbol mylist with L, sir.
Okay.
With that, now that we can print L, so that the L will return the value.
Basically, we have created a new variable called L over here. This is not same as the variable, local variable within the method.
L within the function, sir. The two L's with two different values.
Yeah, I mean, so the L that was within the function was completely separate entity. It was some location in the memory, and that we have played with. We have modified, we have returned. But the L that we have defined here, this is a different part of the memory. It doesn't matter. So basically, there are two different locations in memory. We are calling them by the same name, L. So these two are not same memory locations. We can call it anything we like. We can call it L1 as well, and that will also work. So the point is, the L inside the function mystery and the L that we have defined here are separate entities in memory. Okay. So I think at this point, are there any questions?
I have one question.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Sir, can you explain the difference between call by value and
I did not get it. Your voice was breaking. Can you please repeat?
can you explain the difference between call by value and call by reference?
Okay, so you can also Google it. We have 1 minute today. See, when we pass a parameter to a function, or rather when we make copies, so in this case, we copied something into something. So if the copy is made in such a way that two different copies or two different memory locations are generated, okay, so two different memory locations, so something is, so what we are, so for example, we are copying case B to C. So B was already existing, we generated C, and we are copying whatever is in B to C. So if we make two separate copies, that is call by value. Okay, so let us see it in the context of functions. So in this case, two copies were made. So mylist here outside and mylist here. So mylist was passed here, but mylist was not modified outside the function. The function was able to modify a separate copy of mylist, but not the original copy. So this is exactly pass by value. So if we want to say that no, I want to pass by reference, that means whatever memory location I had the data in, I want to pass that location only. So that what I will do is I will give it a separate name, but these two same names will point to or will indicate the same memory location. Then that is passed by reference because I'm not creating a new copy.
Sir, it's
Is that
like having a single notebook, but two friends are using one day after another day. If they change, if they make a change in that notebook, the second friend will notice that change in the next day.
yes. So there are not two distinct notebooks, the same shared notebook. Pass by reference means shared. So I'll write it. So pass by reference means shared. I won't say equal, then people means shared memory location for two variables, and pass by value means separate memory locations. You understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Please go ahead.
Sir, in the line number 5, if nothing is returning, what will happen?
So if you want to remove the line number 5,
No,
you
no,
want to
no, 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 no. Return statement, no L in the parenthesis. What will happen?
we'll see. It is returning nothing. Essentially, it's returning empty. So you have this function, you call this function, you pass this mylist parameter to it. So it has played with the parameter, but it is not returning anything. It is returning empty. So whatever it is returning is stored in L1. When we are printing L1, we're getting empty. Is that fine?
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
In the line 3, we are define value of L. Then why in the line 9 we are define L1?
No, so I am saying that this L is a variable which is alive, which exists only within this function, not outside this function. This L has no existence outside line number 5. So in this part of the program, this L has no existence. Now, this L1 is a variable that we have defined independent of L. And this L1, the purpose of L1 is to store the return value of this function mystery. So you can call it anything. You can call it anything. We don't care. It is independent of L. That's why we can call it anything. Does not matter. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Sir, it's like the parallel universe concept. It exists actually, but it's not belong to our own universe. It's like
Wow. It's very interesting. Okay, so are you interested in astronomical events?
Sir, no, sir. I'm interested in the back end process of the Python. It makes me curious to solve.
Okay. So what is means? Are you doing BTech?
No, sir. I was doing BE, but I discontinued at the second year. So I rejoined at BSc AIML.
Okay. Fine. Yeah, I mean, remain curious. It's fun to play around and discover new things in Python. But this parallel universe thing is very interesting.
It
So
makes things easier to understand, sir. So I made up that concept.
Yes, yes, it's easy to remember also when you can relate it to
Like that
something that.
notebook concept.
Yes, yes, yes. Very nice. I'll encourage it. So actually, we are out of time, so we can stop any moment. But if you have questions, I am here. I'm happy to discuss with you.
Sir, one last question, sir. Actually, I have this doubt for a long time.
Mhm.
That pass by reference value, if we pass a value of an integer, it won't change. So I want to know why the integer value and the bool values or the float
Mhm.
value won't change. If you assign the a equal to b, if you assign like that, it won't change. Even if we change the b separately, the a won't change.
Okay, so tell me what you want to write.
So a equal to 5,
Okay, just a second. Okay.
b equal sir, no, b equal to a. So now now we have to print b, and the
Okay.
next step will be a equal to 6,
Okay.
and again we have to print b. Sir, after a equal to 6 we have to print b. So okay sir, if we run that, the b will be remaining the same to the entire time.
Okay, so at this point, A is 5. At this point, B gets the value of A. And then we printed B, so we got 5. Then we changed A and printed B, so B did not change. So that means this is pass by value.
Sir, but I got an explanation of this by integers are not mutable. I don't understand why they are not mutable. Since we can assign the value like a equal to 5 and then a equal to 6 separately. So it means that they are mutable now.
So basically, numbers are primitive types. So when you say equal to 5, you're basically assigning a value 5 to A. Now, whenever if you are going to change A, then basically it means you are reassigning it to some other value. That's what is happening. You're
And
not changing the value 5 to 6. 5 cannot be made 6. That's what mutability means.
So Surya,
Sir,
uh, what we see here is that we are not getting changes to B when we modified A.
yes, sir.
Are you asking that how we can ensure that a copy of A to B can be executed such that change in A will also reflect in B?
So no, sir, that's not my question, sir. My question is, um, I get I got an explanation for this kind of problem as a result of integers, bools, and float are immutable. So
So,
they won't change.
so you're saying that for lists it will be different behavior?
Yes, sir. They are saying lists are mutable, so b will be changed if we change a. So I want to know why the integers are not mutable. I mean, how they are not mutable. I mean, how they are
But
saying it are not mutable.
okay, I took a list for A and then I updated A and then I printed B again, but it is not showing the change.
So you have reassigned A to some other arena. That's why.
Okay, so what do you want to suggest? So I want to see a different behavior. So he said that if you take integer, then there is a problem that.
So basically, what is happening is okay. Let's say in his terms, A is pointing to 5, and when you say B equal to A, that says B is also pointing to 5. This is what he is trying to say. Now, when you say B is equal to B plus 1, hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you say B is equal to B plus 1, So or let's say a equal to 6. So basically a has started pointing to another memory location which contains 6. So A
Okay.
and B are in his term can be taken as two reference and which are
No, no,
pointing to
he is saying
two
that
different memory
he
location.
he's saying that this behavior is only for integers and booleans, but
Correct.
this behavior is different for
Not
some
for
other types.
sir. We have seen that you had created an array to array.
Mhm.
So basically, this is an assignment issue. This is not I mean, that reference issue. But what he is asking is, if A is pointing to phi and B is pointing to phi, they both are pointing to phi. And what he is trying to do is he's trying to change phi using either A or B, and he is expecting that both A and B should reflect the changes. But what
Mhm.
actually is happening is when you change phi via A, phi is never going to change because phi is a value, it is an immutable entity. What happens is another object is created with value 6, and now A has started pointing to the new object that is 6, and B still will point to 5 in the memory location. That is what is happening, sir.
Sir,
Okay,
now
so Surya, yeah, go ahead.
sir, I understand that A equal to 5, and I thought that A equal to 10 will be in the same location of the A equal to 5. But
Mhm.
the 10 will be saved in another location, so that the B equal to A will be saved in a fifth location, A equal to 5 location. Let's say 5 is stored in the first location and 10 is stored in the second location. I thought that the 10 will be also stored in the first location, so that the 5 will be get replaced. So the
But
actual case was
yeah,
changed, sir.
yeah. So you were saying that this behavior is only for integers and booleans.
Sir, integers, float, and booleans.
So for which type of data, this is different behavior. This shows different behavior.
So I solved with a list, sir.
So can you suggest certain things, certain codes? So we'll do something like this.
Yes, sir. If we if we assign B equal to A, then B is the same location, pointing towards the A pointing towards the same location as the B
Okay.
pointing towards that particular location.
So I now modify A and I make it first element of A, I make it 100. So now if I print B, we should
The
see,
change will reflect, it will reflect the changes.
we'll see something like this
Yes,
in
sir.
B. Is this what you're saying?
Sir, yes, sir. If we print B in the second, we will have the 100 as the same, so because
Okay.
the A equal to B, the same memory locations is pointing towards. So B will have a
Okay. Okay.
change.
Okay. This is what we get. So you are saying that this behavior is different, but for integers, it was not the case.
Yes, sir. This is only different in the elements of the list, not for the entire list.
Mm.
I
Okay.
change a
So you are,
particular index, we will have the change.
okay. Okay. I understand. So it seems as if that both A and B are pointing to the same memory location. That's why a change in the first element of A has reflected in the first element of B.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I have a similar doubt that if we can we can we know a memory location of a particular variable in Python? Does
So we
Python
can know
support?
that that's in binary we will see. So
So
the you will see the
know
location
about
as a
that.
binary string.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
go
If
ahead.
we know about that, can we assign this assign a value using that memory location?
So this is low level programming. So I think with Python it will be difficult, but I think with C we can do it. But I will find out if we can directly manipulate with the memory addresses.
That
Python
is
is
possible. My first doubt will be is what that I have been asking for, sir. Sir, that five is five has been put in the first location, and 10 has been put in the second location. My doubt is to will will 10 have the possibility to be put in the first location as well. If we
Okay.
replace A equal to, so that
Okay.
the B
So,
will change to.
mhm. Okay.
I think that will be possible if we know the memory location and we can change the value with the help of memory location.
Yeah. So I think we will see that
I
maybe.
think in Python we do not have direct memory access. We can print the address or location of the variables, but we cannot manipulate those things.
That
I'm
is
not
my
sure, but
feeling.
I
I'm not
think
sure
that
either.
is
So in C, it should be possible.
yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Pointer arithmetic is always possible in C.
Mm. We'll see that. So we'll also try to answer your question that why this behavior is different for lists but different for uh, lists and integers. But yeah, let us have that conversation again next week. And thank you so much for joining. It was nice having to interact with you. I'll see
Thank
you
you, sir.
again next week.
Thank you, sir. The class was so useful, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.